of them go on Okada. When you see 2 or 3 persons on Okada,
on the strategies put in place to check crime during the period, Fadi said the Commissioner of Police has directed that personnel be dispatched to various locations identified as hotspots, saying the police would work with other sister agencies in securing the state.
give everybody their way of doing things wey is about. Apportioning routes they are supposed to man, apportioning areas they are supposed to patrol. Some of these things are there. Everybody as at this moment, they know where and how they are supposed to carry out their lawful duty during this official period. Our men are deployed towards the entry and the exit, towards the depot, towards safety. This is as far as this is.
The Oyo Police Command spokesman urged members of the public to report any officer who acts outside their purview in the course of discharging their duties. Meanwhile, residents of Mokola area in Ibadan have called on traffic agencies in the state to put officials in strategic positions in the city to prevent accidents on the roads. This followed an accident that occurred this morning at the Oketunu junction, where a truck ran into a Toyota car as both vehicles tried to negotiate their way around the junction. According to our correspondent, Koforola Salau, the bonnet of the car was badly damaged, painting a picture that the driver might have been badly injured. According to her, some of the eyewitnesses said the truck driver lost control following a brake failure. But at the time of filing in this report, both vehicles were still at the scene, resulting in huge traffic along the Mokola-Sango axis, while the two drivers were not at the scene of the accident. The month of October is marked annually as the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As this year's edition ended yesterday, Pensioners FM News Desk examines the level of awareness on breast cancer and how to prevent it.
Form of cancer in women worldwide, both in developed and developing countries. No wonder the United Nations dedicate the whole of October every year to the awareness of breast cancer. This awareness helps to increase attention and support for the awareness, early detection and treatment, as well as palliative care of breast cancer. Surprisingly, a medical expert, Dr. Shekina Oladipo of National Hospital, described breast cancer as a disease that affects both female and male gender.
Cancer of the breast is the most common cancer affecting women in many parts of the world. Globally, it accounts for about 80.4% of all female cancers. However, it is important to note that breast cancer can also affect men.
Dr. Oladipo went further to talk about the types of breast cancer.
National Hospital. I think when I added
That report on Breast Cancer Awareness Month was compiled by Belikis Ishola Taiwo. The federal government has been asked to provide loans to members of cashew producers so as to maximize the potential of job and wealth creation through the crop. A cashew farmer in Osho State, Alaji Safiriyu Olaremu, made a call during his inauguration as chairman of the state chapter of cashew farmers. He said at a time when governments at all levels were trying to diversify their economies, there was a strong need to consider investing in the crop, which he said earns huge foreign exchange. A new report has ranked 40 different countries in Europe, based on which is the best and worst options for retirement. The research uses the weighted metrics of cost of living, crime rates, life expectancy, property prices, and population age. According to the analysis, Spain came in as the best country to live in during retirement due to a combination of factors, resulting in a final score of 3.58. Coming in as the second best place for retirement in Europe was Finland with a final score of 3.52. The first 10 best in that order are Spain, Finland, Italy, Slovenia, Netherlands, Portugal, Germany, Greece, Denmark, and Austria. According to the report, the United Kingdom ranked 17th, while Norway came last. Irish Labour's finance spokesperson has warned that new schemes to enroll private sector workers automatically in a pension scheme from 2022 must not be privatized but remain under state control. John Burton said the scheme needs to get underway as soon as possible and expressed concerns that any privatization of it would lead to significant charges for individuals. She said she understands that an authority will be set up to handle the pension contributions and suggested the Department of Social Protection is well set up to handle that. Under the plans, all employees aged between 23 and 60 earning more than 20,000 euros a year and not already in a workplace pension will be enrolled. Burundi's Attorney General says 4 journalists are still being held in the country after they were arrested for allegedly undermining national security while covering a rebel attack from neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. The Burundian reporters were detained on Tuesday last week while reporting in Bumbaza in the country's northwest, prompting calls from free press groups for their immediate release. The journalists from different media houses in Burundi were detained along with their driver while trying to speak to residents fleeing fighting between rebels and national forces. United Kingdom's government has defended its Brexit deal with the European Union following criticisms from the United States President. Donald Trump said the United States cannot make a trade deal with the UK under Boris Johnson's EU withdrawal agreement. But Housing Secretary Robert Jenrick said Johnson's plan was a good deal that allows the UK to strike free trade deals around the world. Other comments made by Mr. Trump led Labour to accuse him of trying to interfere in the election. United States President Donald Trump has announced he will make Florida his permanent home instead of Trump Tower in New York. He said he had been badly treated by New York's political leaders despite having paid millions of dollars in tax. The Trump Mr. Trump was born in New York, but has increasingly spent more time at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. The president, a Republican, has been at odds with New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo and New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, both Democrats. It's Pensioners 106.7 FM. We'll be back with more stories in sports and entertainment.
In sports, Nigeria under 23 male team have arrived the Egyptian capital city of Cairo on Thursday evening ahead of the under 23 African Cup of Nations. A team of 13 players and 9 officials touched down at the Cairo International Airport at 9 p.m. local time aboard an Egypt airline. The Nigerian delegation were immediately taken to the city of Ismaila, about 128 kilometers away from the capital city, Cairo, and were lodged at Mercury Hotel, same place where the Super Eagles camped prior to the AFCON in June. Meanwhile, England-based striker Bright Enubakare and defender Anthony Izuchukwu of Nest Sotra in Norway have both teamed up with the rest of the squad in Egypt. The under-23 AFCON begins on November 8 and ends on November 22. That's all on Sport News. I am Babafemi Obidei. Back to Laulu for the rest of the bulletin.
And lastly, from Tanzania, popular Tanzanian comedian Idris Sultan has been freed on bail after sharing face swap photos of himself and President John Magufuli. Sultan had been questioned at a police station in the main city of Dar es Salaam after he was summoned on Wednesday, but is expected back on Friday. Sultan, a one-time winner of Big Brother Africa, had on Wednesday shared two photos. One showed Mr. Mugafuli's head atop Sultan's likeness, complete with braces, arms folded and sleeves rolled up. The other had the comedian's face or Mr. Mugafuli's body, suited and seated in presidential chair with the national seal. Sultan had in the post said he did the swapping to enable the president, who marked his 60th birthday on Tuesday, enjoy the day in peace. To end news around the world on Pensioners 106.7 FM, the main stories again. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo has called for the sustainability of Awolowo's legacies in southwest Nigeria at an event to mark the 60th year of television in Africa here in Ibadan. A new report has shown that Spain is the most retirement-friendly country in Europe. United States President Donald Trump has announced his permanent relocation from New York to Florida over alleged ill treatment by political leaders. And in sports, brought to you a report that Nigeria's under-23 squad has arrived Egypt ahead of the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. For any information, contact us on these mobile numbers: 081 200 86270 or 080 2237 3535, or visit us at Oyo State Pensioners House, Agbarigo Nireke Ibadan. On behalf of the news editor, Pius and Sabe, and the production crew, I am Laulu Olatunbosun. Good afternoon.